Hello there, I am Shaun Sidey at HealthNU, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to level up as a woman in 2026. So much of what we do with our clients is helping them get to become the fittest, healthiest version of themselves, but also we find the more you can implement the habit and lifestyle of becoming fit, becoming healthy into your regular life, you will level up in so many areas. So today I am taking the lessons that I have learned myself, but I have learned working with my clients in what makes effective clients and successful people in general. I'm all about helping people get up to the next level. And there are so many bad habits that I see a lot of people have that I think really hold them back. So we're going to be talking about how to improve that today. So first things first, we are going to get into the next slide. So there are three pillars to leveling up that we're going to be talking about today is being more efficient, better communication, and setting standards. So first things first, be a more efficient person. So everybody, they say, I don't have enough time. A lot of us, we don't maximize our time. So I'm going to show you how to make more out of your 24 hours. So first things first, use a calendar. Every week, plan your week in advance, okay? So I'm going to show you a live version of this, of what I do. So I go into my Google Calendar every week. So start my week off with check-ins. I put in any of my meetings, any of my workouts, lunch dates, anything I need to do, family events. I put it all to the calendar. You'll see a lot of these sections are back to back to back to back to back. This is so I can be efficient with my time. This is a habit that I have done for years now, and it has really allowed me to be super efficient and effective with my time. So the more that you can have things mapped out, the better. So how I would do this if I were you is I would clear this off and start with a blank Google Calendar. You can also use pen and paper, but I find Google Calendar works well for recurring meetings. So what you can do is literally just like start with a blank canvas, work in your non-negotiables. So like, what are your work hours? So let's just say, for example, you are driving to work from 8 and you go to work and you get home for 6. That's going to be blocked off as work, right? Then you have to figure out, okay, am I going to work out in this time or am I going to work out in this time? So let's just say you're a morning person, you want to work out early from like 6 to 7:30. You might want to color code this differently, okay? And then you can set it up as recurring, okay? So let's set it up weekly on Monday or every weekday. You can set it up Monday through Friday, boom, and now it's like that, okay? Go through this in order and just schedule out your day. How I want you to think about this is if you could control as much as your schedule and set up your day for success and set up your day to like maximize your life, how would you set it up? Do that every week. It makes a big difference. I go into my calendar every week, I review what I need to do, and it really sets me up for success. Next thing, this is something my coach taught me, is having a power list. So sometimes we have a to-do list that is a mile long and we get a little bit overwhelmed and we're just trying to check off things as much as we can. So what I like to do is called a power list. So a power list is 5 critical tasks that you need to accomplish every day. And what are these 5 things going to be is the most game-changing, powerful, impactful things. Okay, so I'll show you a quick example. Again, this is my power list. I've done this for months now, but I will put down the things that absolutely have to happen in order for me to be successful. So booking calls is essential for my business, setting up client programs, posting in my community chat, recording 10 reels. I still have to do that today, making 2 YouTube videos. This will be done now. So you start checking and you'll see the more that you do this, you really start finding that you're actually able to accomplish a lot more in a day. And like I said, I've been doing this since like December, and it really does make a huge difference. Okay, so have a power list. It has been an absolute game changer to me getting more done in a day, because we might have a job, we might have kids, we're not getting any more daylight, we're not getting any more hours in the day. So if there's no deadline, there's no urgency. So this works well for your goals, but it also works well for certain tasks that you have to do. So what I like to do is look at like, what is the most urgent task? What task is actually going to create the most impact in my life? Let's put those at the beginning. The things that are less important, let's put those lower down the list. We will eventually get to them, but do the most important boulders first before focusing on the pebbles. Okay, next up, communicate better. I feel like a lot of people these days, especially in the age of technology, are really poor communicators, and it holds them back so much. So poor communication could be like ghosting. So if you have a tough decision to make, you have to tell someone no, or you have to change a plan, or maybe you're not having a great conversation with a guy and you just like want to go ghost, as opposed to just being like, hey, like this isn't working out, whatever it is. Don't go ghost, okay? Reply with intention, even when it might be difficult, because not only are you giving that person peace of mind because they have an answer, you are also holding a boundary and communicating yourself, which is the harder thing to do for yourself. Imagine this. Imagine you're in the street and somebody talks to you and you know this person and you just talk to them and you just walk away and you just back and you saunter out. You would never do that, right? So I think with technology, because there's that buffer, we get a little bit more we get a little bit more comfortable ignoring people. But in my opinion, it is really rude to do that. So don't ghost people. Reply with an intention, even if it is an answer that that other person might not 100% want or like. You have to reply with intention. Another thing is slow replies, delayed decisions. Be clear, be direct. Success loves speed and decisiveness. It is better to make a decision quickly and make the wrong decision than to make no decision at all. Because when you make no decision at all, you're just delaying. You're just delaying, 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 and you'll think months have gone by before you actually have made any sort of impact. So slow replies, especially in like a coaching relationship or a relationship in general, if you're giving someone low effort, slow replies, delayed decision making, it shows a lack of respect, honestly, and it is just not a high enough urgency in your life. Finally, is like labeling yourself as like a bad texter or too busy. This might fly when you're like 16 years old, 20 years old, but like as you become a fully grown adult, like that's no longer an excuse. We all have our cell phones in our hand at some point at the day. If I was to look at your screen time on Instagram, Facebook, whatever it might be, there's probably at least an hour or two per day for people, right? So you might be thinking, not me, check your stats. I would be very, very surprised if you're under that. We all have our phone in the day. So if we are not replying, we are actively choosing. We can say, oh, we're busy and things like that, but we are actively choosing to not respond. So reply promptly, show people that you care. Okay. Finally, pillar 3, set standards and follow through. So create non-negotiables. So know your boundaries, enforce them, share your goals. So I find a lot of people are intimidated to share goals with people because they're like, oh, well, what if I fail? Or what if they don't understand? Those are people that honestly you probably won't want in your life anyways. The people who really care about you, like they're gonna have your back. But for the longest time, like I hid my goals and I feel like it just did not serve me. The more that you can share your goals and discuss your vision with people who care, they're gonna be invested, they're gonna help hold you accountable as well. And then make sure you follow through. Like confidence is not just like waking up one day and like loving how you look. Confidence is knowing that you have put in the work repeatedly and you have become competent at a certain thing. And this only comes through on following through with your word. If you constantly say to yourself, I'm going to do better Monday, and then you fall off, you're going to have low confidence because you don't have integrity. But if you have strong integrity and you have alignment with yourself, you can't go wrong and your confidence is going to bloom from that. Okay. Finally, if you are looking to get some assistance with this and leveling up, this is how we operate. We help our clients get into great shape. We help them level up through integrity-based coaching. These are just a few of our example clients. This is Emma. Emma lost over 65 pounds with us in a year. This is Lindsay. Lindsay lost about, I think there's like a 12, 13 pounds difference here. Samantha actually won our fitness challenge. This was, I believe, in 90 days. She was able to lose 30 pounds. And then this is Caroline. Caroline's down about 20 pounds here as well. So if this is something that interested you, click the link in the description, book a free consultation with me. What we will go over is you, your life, your goals, what you're struggling with, and if I can help, I'll show you what that looks like to work with us. So hope you're having a great day. Click the link in the description, book a call. If not, at the very least, like this post, subscribe, share with a friend. Hope this has been valuable. Let's level up in 2026. Talk soon.